Hi, this is Katrina Merrigan from Clover Properties. I'm with Jenny and Ash and Rio the dog. Jenny and Ash and Rio have just moved into one of our rental properties a few weeks ago, and we're just going to ask them some questions regarding the process. So what was the reason for your move?
So mainly it was because of little Rio here. We lived at your parents, didn't we, for over a year, maybe more. And we just thought it's about time we wanted to get our own place. We were saving to get our own house, but just with everything going on with COVID, it was kind of difficult to find a mortgage and everything like that.
Yeah.
And actually York is quite expensive in the city centre. So then we looked to rent. And we wanted to go a little bit outside of York, didn't we? But somewhere where you could still travel to work, because Ash doesn't.
Wonderful,
drive,
yeah. Fabulous. So how did you find the process trying to find a house with a pet?
Difficult. I think we were lucky because we met yourself.
Yeah.
But when we did actually inquire about, over 20, 30 properties, because they didn't say if they didn't accept vets, they would be like, oh, sorry, they won't. And we were like, well, why? Why don't you accept them, that you'll take a child or something like that?
Yeah.
Because they're easy to train, dogs, really. So it was quite stressful for a while, wasn't it?
Or they would say pets would be considered, and you tell them the breed or how old it is, and they decline you.
Yeah.
It's a bit upsetting.
Yeah. So it's a hard process, I suppose, especially when you've got a gorgeous little puppy dog as well.
Denying people to take their property because of a beautiful little dog.
Yeah, absolutely. So with COVID, we did the online referencing. So Clover Properties have gone completely electronic. So we've got to go with the guidelines of everything that was given for property to be allowed to still work while during the pandemic. So how did you find the online referencing process?
Brilliant. It was really easy, wasn't it?
Yep.
When we went through all the stages, really clear instructions. It was a lot easier than all the paperwork, definitely, for sure. And when we could tell our managers as well for a reference, you're going to get a link, and they were like, great, because they can just do it whilst they're at work or something. It took, well, your manager even timed it, didn't he?
Yeah.
They were on the ball, absolutely on the ball. Fabulous.
No, we loved it, absolutely loved the referencing part of it. It was great, wasn't it? Especially with the world at the moment, just making it online so much easier.
Yeah, that's the whole point. The whole point, especially for people who live, away from York, trying to get away from that paper, having to sign, as you say, lots of pages, and being able to, give your bosses the heads up. The referencing will become, via Good Lord referencing. This is, the process. That's exactly how we wanted it to be, as straightforward and easy for all involved.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot quicker process without sending it in letters or waiting for a few days and getting it back, and then realise you've missed something, then you have to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially when you get all the copies and all the documents, on an email, so you can save them so easily instead of having all this paperwork, and you're like, oh, where was that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the whole point of it. So you get copies of everything, you get to save it, and it's all there in one file, which is brilliant. So let me tell you why I spoke to the landlord regarding you guys as tenants. As you know, on the open day, there was quite a lot of interest, I had said, in the property due to the fact that they're very hard to come by in York when they allow pets. So when I met you, you're a very enthusiastic couple. The fact that your puppy dog is around the same age as mine, and I know just how good you are as pet owners. I think where people lose the thought process is, oh, you have a dog or you have a cat, it's going to do damage to the property. When realistically children can draw on walls and all that. So I mean, you guys when I met you, were enthusiastic about the property. I knew the landlord would love you. I knew she'd love to rent to you. And the fact that she was willing to have a pet in her property, there was no may consider, it was we would allow a pet in our properties. Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
So now you're here and you've all settled in, and we hope that Rio's settling in as well. What do you like about the area?
It's just quiet, really. I mean, it helps that where we are is in a cul-de-sac. It's really friendly. We can kind of let Rio go out the front door without worrying, and it's kind of building up training with him of recall. We don't mind a train. It's actually quite nice. We found that out, haven't we? It's quite like, oh, life's still going on whilst we're working at home. it's just a nice community of Stransell. That's what I've
Great.
realised. I've joined all the Facebook groups, and
Brilliant.
the neighbours are lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's what really makes it for us.
Great.
Um,
Is there a local shop nearby?
local
Butchers,
shop.
anything like that you
Yeah.
visit?
Quite a few
Tesco
parks.
Extra. There's quite a few parks. There's the Common, which is really great for dogs.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
There's a really great Chinese. Really great.
Oh,
Love it.
we all love a good Chinese. Yeah.
And then even if there's not that many takeaways, there's Haxby as well.
Yes.
It's, 5 minutes down the road. And
Great.
they deliver and everything. So there's so much around here, isn't there?
Brilliant.
It's a great bus route, number 5. I know it quite well.
Yeah.
So in terms of you for work, you can get on the number 5 all the
Mm.
time. Some people even know when it comes, don't they? I think David next door said, it comes every 10 minutes in the morning.
Brilliant.
Or something.
Isn't it lovely having neighbours like that? So when you
Yeah.
move in and you automatically feel welcome.
It's lovely. I mean, when we were sat outside at the front, because obviously this house gets sun all day long.
Yeah.
There's kids around here, and the parents were saying, "Oh, are they allowed to meet, your puppy?" And we're like,
Lovely.
yeah, of course, the more the merrier. And he's not really that phased, but it's just great that there's so many dog walkers
Yeah.
around. He has so much socialisation to say that we were basically in lockdown.
Yeah.
Whereas where we were before, there wasn't much, was there? We
No,
couldn't.
it's a main road, cars whizzing by.
Yeah, he hated
Mm.
it. Whereas now he loves going out, and he loves
Brilliant.
just having that confidence of the dog. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, we enjoy it, don't we? And it's not just because we don't live in the city centre. It's not a burden. If you have a car or you've got a good bus
Yeah.
route, Stransell's a really great place, in my opinion. I
Brilliant.
love it round here.
Fabulous. Well, I'm so pleased that I found you the property.
Yes.
And it is lovely to have you all as tenants. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.